What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to talk about the DJI Air 2S and a few reasons why I think it's the perfect drone for a beginner in case you've never flown a drone before. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. As mentioned before, I have the Air 2S with me, ready to go. And what I'm gonna do is show you a few things why it actually flies on its own, so you can possibly even go out and act like a professional drone pilot when, quite frankly, you just begun. One of the cool things that the Air 2S has is master shots and quick shots. Now, what this does is it flies itself. It does these acrobatic movements, basically, that you might not be able to do when you're first starting out with a drone. This is a huge reason why I chose it, because I wanted to start doing some real estate photos and aerial videos and stuff like that, and I wanted to be comfortable in my skin to know that I'm not going to wreck a $1,300 drone. Without further ado, let's dive into the remote. Let's get her cranked up and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, while the satellites are kind of loading up and I'm getting a little more signal, I wanted to touch base real quick on a couple of different things. So this is not really a tutorial or in-depth review of the Mavic Air 2S. If you would like one, I can definitely do that. Please comment down below and let me know if that's a video that you're interested in. But for right now, there's 3 different modes that you can use. I don't know if you can see them right here. There's cinematic mode, there's normal mode, and there's sport mode on the remote. So if you're a beginner, I started out with cinematic mode because the research that I did, it slows the drone down. Now you press this little icon on the left side, take off, hold down, and it immediately starts up for you, takes off on its own. You don't have to worry about it if you don't want to. Alright, so as you can see, we picked out a building here so I can show y'all this movement of where it flies itself, basically. Alright, so first things first, you're gonna go by the video here. Make sure that you're on video and not photo. Then you see a selection here that says master shots, quick shots, the hyperlapse, and pano. So why don't we start with a master shot so we can move and position ourselves for this building here. So say I want to take a video of this building here, right? I already have master shots highlighted, okay? I can just click an area that's big enough. You have to make sure, drag on the screen, click it, boom. Let's say the entrance. Okay, estimated flight time, 2 minutes. So right now it's adjusting its position actually. But what it's gonna do is do a series of movements for you to capture this specific building or the highlighted point, in which this case it's the entrance. And all this time it lets you know what it's doing. So it's like circling far, it might circle up close. This is really cool. Like, you could literally put the remote down if you want to. I wouldn't advise that. Now once it's done, see how it says returning? Once it's done, it returns to the original location that you started the drone. It started that master shot, which I think is actually really cool. The location, meaning the altitude and the distance from the object that you highlighted. Alright, so now we're done with the master shot. The next thing that I want to show you, you go back into your menu and you do quick shots. This gives you a variety. Right now it's on Droney, so you can highlight it really close to an object. It goes far away. A rocket where you can literally just highlight your objects and then it shoot up into the sky. Circle, where it obviously pans all the way a full circle around the object that you highlight, and it gives you demos all this time. It gives you a demo of what it will do before you do it. For simplicity's sakes, let's just choose one of these. We'll do circle. So for this circle motion that it's going to do around this object, it tells you and it highlights the arrow that it's the direction that it's going to go. So if you want to start it going to the left, you can. If you want to start it going to the right, you can. And again, it lets you know as soon as it starts and gives you like a really cool cinematic look while you just sit here and enjoy the evening. Now, another thing that's really cool, you might ask yourself, does it lose track of that object as it goes behind? Absolutely not. It still knows where it is in frame. Alright guys, so I've shown you that it can already fly itself. The last thing that I do want to touch over real quick that's really cool is the active track. Whatever you highlight to active track on this drone, you will have to make sure that the vehicle or whatever the object is not in motion when you do it. I mean, I guess you could, but it's really difficult to do. So what I'm gonna do, I actually have my wife in the van and I'm gonna show you exactly how the active track works. All right, gonna go ahead and take off. Gonna get a little noisy. So again, you have to be in normal mode in order to track. So you just drag and drop, highlight it. A menu will come up, give you a couple of different options. You want to active track, and then it will be ready to go whenever you would like. Now, when you select this, there's two options. You can trace or you can go parallel. Trace is basically following the object. Parallel is, well, speaks for itself. It goes parallel to the object. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is trace the object. Once again, I am not flying this. I can see it up ahead and I can see it in line of sight where my wife is going to be driving the van. So just to make sure that I'm not going to hit anything and I'm in, you know, FAA guidance and stuff like that. But literally, I am not flying this thing. It's flying itself, guys. You do not have to be an experienced pilot. Literally does the turns for you. It's in that trace mode. As you can see, it's kind of shadowed out because it's active right now. We can't change it during the time that it's recording. But literally, boom, it's there, done. And it will follow it. And since it's in normal mode, she's going pretty fast, you know? I mean, that's a road that goes fairly quick, you know? I mean, she's going at least 45 miles an hour or so, and it does lose some momentum, but as you can see, it immediately follows it. That's pretty much active track right there for you guys. The DJI drones are absolutely amazing in every way, shape, or form. They fly themselves, and in case you guys are thinking about purchasing it, I would highly recommend it. They are relatively cost effective as well for what you get. Obviously, it's not the cheapest thing that you can ever buy, but if you're looking in the market for a drone, I would highly recommend the DJI Air 2S. It's just kind of one of its own, and it does a lot of different things. If you're a first-time pilot and you're a little bit afraid of flying it and possibly wrecking a $1,300 purchase like I was, by any means, don't be afraid. There's so many sensors on it. It's been completely redefined, and I would not hesitate to purchase it. If you're thinking about purchasing a cheaper drone, I would actually actually steer clear from that, because I was in that same boat. I wanted to buy a cheaper drone because I didn't want to dish down no $1,300. You know, times are rough, thanks inflation. Needless to say, it's already paid for itself. In case you guys would like to see that video as to how much I made with this drone already, and matter of fact, it's just been within the first month that I purchased this drone, it's paid for itself. If you guys would like that video, please comment down below and I'd be happy to make that video for you. But without further ado, that effectively ends today's video. Smash the like button if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you at the next one. Peace.